Hello, my name is Andrew Medrano. I'm from Troop 3519, and today I will be performing two monologues from William Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing and Samuel Stevens' The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, playing the characters Benedict and Christopher. Well, this can be no trick. Well, the conference was sadly born. Will they have proof of this from Hero? Well, they seem to pity the lady. What seems her affections have their full bent. Love. Me. Oh, do I must be requited. I hear how I am censured. They say I would bear myself proudly if I perceive the love come from her. Well, they say too that she would rather die than give any signs of affection. Oh, I did never think to marry. Oh, I mustn't seem proud. Happy are they that hear the detractions and can put them to mending. Well, they say the lady is fair. Well, 'tis the truth. I can bear the witness, and virtuous. 'Tis so I cannot reprove it. And wise, but for loving me. Oh, by my troth, it is no addition to her wit, nor no great argument of her folly, for I would be horribly in love with her. I may chance have some odd quirks and remnants of wits based upon me, because I have railed so long against marriage, but doth not the appetite alter? A man loves meat in his youth that he cannot endure in his age. Shall quips and sentences of these paper bullets of the brain awe a man from the career of his humor? No, the road must be peopled. When I said I would die a bachelor, I didn't think I should live till I were married. You would also have to be someone who would like being on their own in a tiny spacecraft thousands and thousands of miles away from the surface of the Earth. Oh, and not panic or get claustrophobia or homesick or insane. And I really like little spaces, so long as there's no one else in them with me. So I guess I would have to be an astronaut on my own, or have my own part of the spacecraft that no one else can come into. Also, there are no yellow things or brown things in a spacecraft, so that would be okay too. And I would have to talk through other people through mission control, but we would do that through a radio link up and a TV monitor. So it wouldn't be like real people who are strangers, but it would be like playing a computer game. Also, there are no brown things or yellow things. And I wouldn't be all by myself, all alone. And I wouldn't get homesick because I'd be surrounded by lots of things I like, which are computers, machines, and outer space. And I would look out of a little window of the spacecraft and know that there was no one else near me for thousands and thousands of... What? Thank you.
Today's a day like any other, but unchanged. I am a mother all in an instant, and who I was has disappeared. It doesn't matter, now you're here.
my name is Esther Adesina. I will be representing Troop 3519. I will be reading a monologue from the play Pocatello by Samuel Hunter as a character named Becky. Do you know how many times a day people tell me I don't mean the thing I'm very clearly saying? And do you know how many times a day people tell me they know me better than I know myself because they were once my age? Do you know why I got suspended this morning? I was in history class. We were talking about World War II and I started telling everyone about Nanking. Do you know what that is? Of course you don't. It's a city in China. It was invaded by Japan in 1937 and 300,000 people were killed in 6 weeks. And I pulled out my phone, I typed Nanking into Google, and I started showing people pictures. Real pictures. Stuff that actually happened, and the principal said it was graphic. I got suspended for that. I go to a school where I get suspended for showing people true things from history in history class.
My name is Ray Harfield of Troop 3519 of Terry High School. I'll be playing the part of Lloyd from Reckless by Craig Lucas, the part of Man from Story of Hope by John Cariani. I walked out on a woman with multiple sclerosis and 2 children. One of which brain damage because I was too drunk to see him playing in the snow and ran him over with my snowblower. Left with no money and no way to feed themselves, changed my name, and took the cash I'd stolen from the savings account to pay for the kids' education, put myself through school to become a physical therapist and work with multiple sclerosis victims and the occasional brain damaged child with resultant motor skill difficulties. None of whom held the slightest interest in me, other than to remind me of what I can never escape for as long as I live. And let's see, I don't drink anymore, and I married a nice couple deaf girl. The past is something you wake up to. The nightmare you wake up to every day. Oh, come on! You give yourself too much credit. He was young. That's all you need to get your hopes dashed. Be young. And everybody starts out young, so everybody gets their hopes dashed. And besides, I don't think you dashed his hopes, because if you dash his hopes, well, that's kind of like letting him down, because it hurts, but it's quick. If you had said no, that would have been dashing his hopes. But you didn't say no. You didn't answer him at all. And that's killing hope the long, slow, painful way. Because it never really goes away. It's just hanging on. And that's why like giving somebody a little less air every day till they die.
An eagle's just another bird until he can spread his wings. A river is just a sheet of ice till winter turns to spring. And though the clouds may block the sun, don't mean that it's left the sky. Just when you think you've seen it all, there's more that meets the eye. Like things I dream and things I feel, there's more to me than I reveal. And 'cause I shine in quiet ways, I'm someone you don't recognize. I'm a diamond in the rough, a dreamer in disguise. An eagle's just another bird until he can spread his wings.
Hello, my name is Cole Mills. I am from Troop 3519, and today I will be performing two monologues, one from Ken Ludwig's Midsummer Jersey, and one from Molly Hagan's Swing of the Sea. How lucky can you get? Do you know that there's Guidos in Jersey who would like jump off of buildings for me? They think I'm prettier than she is, but so what? Dennis doesn't think so. He just doesn't see what they see in me. You see, love doesn't look through the eyes, it looks through the mind. If you think something ought to be pretty, then it is pretty, through your eyes. It's like in that movie King Kong, where the girl falls in love with the big ape. He has these jaws that can like bite through a Ford Mustang, but she thinks he's as cute as a button and wants to marry him. When Dennis and I were going out, he used to turn to me and say, "Hey, I have a question for you." And I'd say, "What?" And he'd say, "Why is it that I love you so much?" And I'd say, "Stop it, ask me something real." And he'd say, "Okay, how is it that I love you so much?" And I would like melt into his armpit. And then one day he saw Mia walking down the street. And I could see from the look on his face what he was seeing when he looked at her. And it broke my heart like a stale cracker. I went to school today without you. Your desk is still there, in case you were wondering. It's empty though now, obviously. Are you going to the favorites dance on Friday? I thought we could go together, that way it wouldn't be as awkward. We could headbang near the bleachers, that would be pretty cool. Should I ask Boots to the dance, or would that be weird? It would be weird. I mean, when we were kids, she saw me naked. I mean, I don't remember anything, but what if she did? What if I asked her and all of a sudden the memory came rushing back? I would die, or... Sorry, I didn't mean that. If you were here, here's what you'd say. Be funnier. Girls would like you. If you were here, here's what I'd say. I'm trying. That wasn't very funny.